Hello everyone, I'm Kai Huang. Today's presentation I'm going to talk about the effectiveness for the second study plan, and my topic is Firebase. Okay, let's get started. So this is my original learning plan. In the original learning plan I was supposed to study 3 topics: the cloud storage, cloud functions, and cloud messages. But I ended up finding that the hosting was not on the list, so but I need to publish my demo project, so I just quickly learned it and published my project on the Google Cloud. But the hosting was not on the list. Also, the cloud function that I like to develop in my project for that self-assessment session every weekend, that related to authentication, cloud messaging. So if I need to develop that cloud functions, I need to develop the authentication and the cloud messaging first. So it made me extremely busy. Also, I spent a lot of time on learning about integrating Vue.js with Firebase. Because the official documentation for the Firebase was the pure HTML, but the project I was about to develop, I use a front-end Vue.js. So the coding style and the syntax are pretty different. So I ended up spending a lot of time on researching that. Also, I spent a lot of time on redoing the sample projects. Before, I was imagining that I just want to look at others' project, but in the progress of study, I realized that I need to redo others' project, even if I already know how to do it, but I need to try by myself. Okay, I will quickly go through the self-assessment technique that changes, because I think I've demoed once before. So in the first stage, I've using the self-testing, but I used the question-answer format. But in the second stage, I've changed it to assigning a 2-hour session to do a feature that I've learned 1 to 2 weeks ago, and after that 2 hour, I will review how I was doing. And a cheat sheet is allowed in the session, but notes are not allowed. Also, I cannot open any browser. I just by my memory to refresh what I've learned. The second thing I've changed is the peers feedback. I think you remember in one discussion forum that I received so many feedback, and that feedback is really valuable, and I think that I can use them as another technique for the self-assessment. Here are the learning strategy changes. So in the second stage, I use the elaboration. I redo other sample projects and I build up my own projects from scratch. This is a thing that I never used in the stage 1, and I realize it's quite important, because when you really try out things yourself, you will realize a lot of difficulties and realize a lot of detail that you didn't pay attention to. And all of these, it's like it's very good experience, and it does help your learning. So the things that I'd like to moving forward is, first, I will continue to work on my Gumuku project. Also, I will use the GitHub as my learning resource to share my open source Firebase projects, or fork and contribute to others' Firebase projects. Third is, I will doing more research before making plan. I would not make that mistake anymore. Like the Vue.js is totally different than the HTML Firebase, and I didn't realize. So the plan I was making was not that perfect, right? So I ended up spending a lot of time that was not scheduled. Okay, so this is my self-reflection and on the effectiveness, and thanks for watching, and if any feedback, would be really appreciated.